Okay, imagine this. You're on Vulture Peak, a real mountain in India. But right now, it's not just a mountain. It's about to become the stage for one of the most profound events in spiritual history. And today, we're going to decode exactly what happened. So the crowd is just immense. And I mean immense. We're talking 12,000 enlightened monks, 80,000 bodhisattvas, kings, gods, even mythological creatures like dragons and demigods. It's a cosmic who's who, and they all fall silent as the Buddha sinks into this deep, silent meditation. You could just feel the anticipation in the air. And then, suddenly, the ground starts to tremble. But this isn't some scary earthquake. It's more like the earth itself is shaking loose old, rigid ideas. Then, these incredible, otherworldly flowers start raining down from the sky. The sources tell us this isn't just for show. This is nature itself getting in on the act, preparing everyone for a teaching that's about to change everything. And then, it happens. From right between the Buddha's eyebrows, a single, brilliant beam of light just bursts out. It shoots across the entire cosmos, and in a single instant, it lights up 18,000 different worlds. So, this is the central mystery we are diving into today. What is this light, and what on earth is it trying to show us? To really understand what this light is showing us, we gotta start at the source. Where did this incredible cosmic beam actually come from? Well, the light comes from something called the Urna. Now, this is one of the 32 physical marks that are said to identify a great enlightened being. And get this, the texts don't describe it as some kind of jewel. They say it's a single, long, white hair curled clockwise right there between the eyes. What's so fascinating is seeing how this symbol changed over time. The original texts, totally clear, it's a hair. But as the centuries went on, art transformed it into this beautiful, jeweled dot we often see today. But the meaning? That stayed the same. It always represents a kind of wisdom that sees beyond the black and white either-or thinking of our two eyes. It's the vision of the middle way. So this thing isn't just a static body part. It's totally dynamic. Think of it less like a beauty mark and more like a projector. It's a device that's transmitting Buddha gnosis, this incredibly profound wisdom that lights up the fundamental equality and interconnectedness of, well, everything. All right, so let's follow that beam of light. Because it doesn't just shine on the people in the front row. No, its reach is genuinely cosmic. 18,000 worlds. It's a number that's really just meant to blow your mind, to convey a scope that's almost infinite. And the light shines specifically to the east, the direction of the rising sun. You see the symbolism there, right? It's the dawn of a new, profound wisdom that's about to chase away the long night of ignorance. And the light also has this incredible vertical reach. I mean, it pierces all the way down to the AVG hell, the state of the absolute worst suffering imaginable. And at the exact same moment, it reaches all the way up to the Akanishta heaven, the highest possible realm of existence. Nothing gets left out. Every single state of being is touched by this light. And in that one instant, everything becomes transparent. The entire assembly on Vulture Peak can suddenly see beings in all these other worlds, what they're doing, the karmic results of their actions, their joys, their sorrows. The light is acting like a cosmic X-ray, making the deep interconnectedness of all life visually, undeniably clear. And this sends a message of just radical hope. I mean, think about it. If the light can reach into the deepest, darkest hell, it means that no one, absolutely no one, is beyond the potential for awakening. As the 13th century monk Nichiren put it, this light is proof that the seed of enlightenment exists in every single being, no matter what their current status. So a symbol this powerful, people have been trying to unpack it for centuries. So let's take a look at how its meaning has been interpreted, from ancient masters all the way to modern thinkers. Early on, the great masters saw some deep philosophy here. A guy named G saw it as a physical symbol of the three truths, this idea that reality is simultaneously empty, temporarily real, and perfectly unified by a middle way. For Nichiren, like we saw, it was all about that universal potential. And inside the text itself, the Bodhisattva Manjushri basically explains, hey, this is a classic move. It's a brilliant teaching tool to grab everyone's attention before the main event. Now, let's jump forward into the modern day. The Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh reframes this whole cosmic event in these really personal terms. For him, the light is mindfulness. It's that focused,
present moment awareness that can light up something as simple as a leaf and let you see the entire universe inside of it. The cosmic becomes deeply personal.
And here's another really powerful modern lens from the philosopher Daisaku Ikeda. He sees the light not just as wisdom, but as an emotional and ethical force, a vibrant, pulsing courage that drives out fear and a warmth that comforts the weary. It becomes the inner energy that we need to transform ourselves and our world.
Okay, now we're going to take a turn you probably didn't see coming. We're going from ancient scriptures to brain scans and the blues. Let's see how this ancient symbol resonates in some really unexpected places. Believe it or not, there's actually a scientific parallel here. Neuroscientists who study deep meditation have documented this thing called photisms, which are basically meditation-induced light experiences. It turns out when the brain's visual cortex is deprived of external stuff for a long time, like in deep silent meditation, it can actually start to generate its own internal light. It's a fascinating possible biological basis for this ancient mystical vision.
And you see this exact same impulse in art. For centuries, scribes would write the Lotus Sutra using gold ink on deep indigo paper, literally making wisdom shine out of the darkness. Okay, now fast forward to the 20th century. You have the jazz legend John Coltrane. His famous sheets of sound have been described as a musical attempt to do the very same thing, to overwhelm your ordinary senses and crack open reality to reveal something transcendent just beyond it. So this slide really pulls it all together, doesn't it? From religious doctrine to neuroscience, from humanistic psychology to art, this light acts like a connective tissue. It's a single symbol that speaks a different language to each field, but that core message of illumination, of connection, that always stays the same. So, after this whole journey, from an ancient mountain peak all the way to a modern neuroscience lab, what's the ultimate takeaway? Where does this leave us? At its core, the light's job is to unify. It collapses the distance between things that seem like total opposites. It shows that the lowest hell and the highest heaven are just parts of one single interconnected system. It proves that a 2,000-year-old story can speak directly to our lives today. It reveals a single luminous reality. And this all leads to the most powerful conclusion, and it comes directly from the source material itself. The whole point of this vision isn't for us to just be spectators. The light is not merely something to be seen, it is something to become. And that leaves us with one final question, one that turns this whole ancient story into a personal challenge. The light is now passed to you, so how will you illuminate your world?